Islamic leader or preacher alleges Tinubu's government plans 500 billion naira bribe for northern clerics, say he declined. You see, say Tinubu the disgrace himself. Of course, like I've always said, people who are supporting Tinubu, there's nobody in this country that does not know the stuff Tinubu is made of. He's not a responsible person. So because some people don't have self-worth, that is why they can bribe them. You see all those governors, that is why they can bribe them and they will come to their side. I don't understand, and I've said it over and over again. Those money is given to all these useless governors and what have you. If really he has sense, if Tinubu really has sense, spend the money on the people. You don't just look at what is happening to Alex Oti. Like and I ask a question. So you think Alex Oti said no go call the 6 months more even with what he's doing, that people can even see that he's working very well? You think he's not going to be getting some paje? People will not even look inside. But now, what he has done now is enough to campaign for him. He does not need anybody, does not need any politician to help him to campaign. People are even coming from other states to campaign ahead of 2027 for him. So what are we talking about? The money you are giving all those politicians, if really you are a strategist, really, because to me, it's a useless idea. Calling that he has, and they will be calling him a strategist. Spend the money on the people. The people will come out. That's why you hear people say 30 governors, whether 36 governors, they only have one vote. When the people come out and say and do otherwise, you think those 30 governors, didn't you see what happened during Goodluck Jonathan's era? And that is why El-Rufai will always say that he should go and ask Jonathan, that Jonathan had all the things on ground to make him win. Did he win? Well, don't even go there, because Jonathan, if really he wanted to do the needful, irrespective of how people voted, he would have turned against, he would have cancelled that vote and they would have written the result for him. So El-Rufai is always thinking that, with all the powers that Jonathan had, he couldn't win. So the same thing will happen to Tinubu himself. So in my own opinion, if he can spend the money on the people, you don't need all those governors. You don't need them. Even maybe on their own account, they will just be joining, and people will know that they are joining you genuinely, because the people, the millions of people on ground, they are the ones that will do the campaign. They can let them feel what you are doing. You can't tell us that you are rolling out policies, that those policies are tough policies, that no, they are going to suffer first. Nigerians will suffer first. Maybe later they will start enjoying. What kind of nonsense? Who does that? Who does that? A northern Islamic cleric has alleged that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of APC has marked 500 billion naira to mobilize Muslim clerics and traditional rulers in the north for the 2027 presidential election. All of those nonsense people who are always talking about Tinubu is doing this. Are you not hearing it? The cleric, whose identity could not be immediately verified by Sahara reporters, said the party approached him to lead the campaign project, but he declined. Did you hear that? He rejected, he declined, said no, mbano. They do that kind of thing. He described being invited to take part in the mobilization efforts and the financial terms reportedly offered. They invited me to join the campaign and projects. They said whoever will lead the project will get 5% of the 500 billion naira. They told me, we know you don't do such things, but because of the circumstances and the situation, we are inviting you to take the lead, and so on and so forth. The cleric said. The cleric said he refused when the party suggested he speak with a pastor in charge of the Christian part of the project. He said, I rejected the offer and warned them never to bring such a proposal to me again. He added, they now said I should let them call the pastor and so I could speak to him. I said, no, I'm not, and I cannot even be part of the project. The cleric didn't mention the names of those who approached him for the project, but outlined the sums allegedly involved in the mobilization. Of course, maybe that could really make him change his mind, or it will blow his head. Noting that Christian leaders were also to receive allocations. 5% of 500 billion naira is 25 billion naira. This is just from the part of the Muslims. The Christians too will also have theirs, he said. The cleric also described his experience with exchanges between clerics and government officials. He said, I'm talking from experience. You see any cleric being controversial and afraid to say the truth, there must be an exchange between them and the government in power. I will not be tired of giving instances, he said. Of course, the person that came to my mind is Ayodele, because he can even understand the way, just imagine the way he has been behaving. He further emphasized the role of clerics in instructing voters during elections. Voting too is an act of worship, and the clerics should endeavor to tell the electorate what to do and what they need to, and protect our dignity at all costs, he said. Well, they should collect and disgrace him at the polls. It is stolen wealth and he wants to waste it. Foolishly gullible people are so much in Nigeria. They believe everything as long as they are carrying hatred for someone. I know say na Yoruba person go talk this kind of thing. You don't go disappoint. So you think that you don't know that Tinubu, so in your mind now, Tinubu that has been disgraced all over the world. The world knows the stuff is made of, and I will continue to say it. Just believing everything. Now the Ajigbari, and this one, what's his name? Adekunle Oyekunle. 500 billion naira. Can it be true? How much can remain for pause? No, it can't be true. It is not impossible for him to do. Don't believe Tinubu at your own peril. 500 billion naira. Okay, oh. Don't decline. Continue the foolishness you, the Muslim clerics, did in 2023 when it deceived you people with the Muslim tickets. At the end of the day, now all of you crying like baby. The Christian leaders will accept the money. There's no money anywhere. As if votes would count. Criminality has grown so tough and deeply. You know the reason why they are doing it? Because when we do ask the question that if they know that the people's votes don't count, why bribing people? No, they just want to make everything clean. They will not tell you that because they did this to the people came out, they said they were going to vote because of what they were giving, because of the help they rendered to them. So they will now use that as a yardstick, to counter anybody that will come and say that they didn't vote for them. I think that's one of the tactics they are trying to use. Yoruba man will argue this and defend this incompetent government. Of course, they've been doing that now. Have you not been hearing those names we've been calling?